Oh, hello there. Yes, Saturday, Coronation Day. I'm wondering how many people are going to swear oaths of allegiance to the King. Don't know really where that one's come from. It's out of nowhere. Definitely not out of Compton, anyway. Why? It's never happened before, and it appears that those that lord over us seem to think that we, the commoners, should somehow be happy about the position we're in and swear to do something. I don't know what it means. I haven't yet been able to find out exactly what it's supposed to mean. Will that stand up in a court of law? Don't know. Anyway, we will be getting a lot of this again today, of people telling us about what we should be doing and the right way to operate, which perhaps brings me neatly to Laurence Fox, because yesterday he was pontificating about 12,000 years of the monarchy in the UK, and I'm thinking, no, there hasn't, mate. I think in the 17th century we did something differently. And then we kind of had to import people from abroad. Don't forget that Windsor is not actually Charles's surname, is it? So there's other stuff going on here. And which brings me on neatly to the whole concept that is Laurence Fox. Very nasty, sneering upper-class idiot that never has to accept any consequences for things that come out of his mouth. Let's have a look at him pontificating to his darling audience of pensioners. It's coming to something when you're a failed actor, failed musician, that you're a pin-up for pensioners. But let's look at him and see him chiding the woke left for their awful responses to things.
We are entering the age of the consensus. As facts are subsumed in feelings and empirical truth becomes inconvenient, irritant to progressive ideology, with nothing rational, reasonable or quantifiable to back up their ever more ludicrous claims, the woke left huddle together and form a mighty consensus. It doesn't matter if their divisive claims are debunked time and time again and that they lose argument after argument. What matters are their feelings and their moral superiority. So what if they are wrong, if they identify as being right? We saw this week when a lady called Marina decided against having a sensible debate with Jacob Rees-Mogg, choosing the drunk girl in a bar who knows her man is on the way out and wants to humiliate him in public one last time approach instead.
Yes, there you go. Awful, these left-wingers, when they come out with sexist nonsense. Yeah, what was she doing? There's a bit of free speech there, wasn't it, Laurence? We'll come on to that in a moment. A little bit of free speech there, but no, mustn't question your betters, eh? You know, the posh kids that went to posh schools, like Harrow, maybe, I don't know. And then it gets even better after he's pontificated once again about the woman. Let's watch this.
It was fine for Marina to be personal, rude and obnoxious because she identified as being virtuous, righteous and superior. The strange thing was, post the Mogg bashing, the wokists started applauding her for destroying Jacob during that interview. They formed a consensus which identified Marina as the victor in the clash. And this is the problem with the progressive left. They don't play by the rules. They smear, cancel, name-call and cry-bully, all in the knowledge that those on the other side of the argument won't sink to their level. They know that if we did abandon critical thinking and reasoned argument, there will be no reconciliation, just the mutually assured destruction that their anarchic pursuit of chaos so ravenously craves. This tactic is becoming ever more prevalent as the damage done by these hug-punching cry-bullies becomes ever more evident. We used to associate these tactics with the hard left, but now they are now ever more obvious in the Conservative in name-only party. Which brings me on to Andrew Bridgen.
Yes, there you go. Facts. We need to be talking about the facts. So, Andrew Bridgen, as sure as night follows day. Yes, or not, as the case may be. I actually ended up being blocked by Laurence Fox on Twitter. I'm not quite sure when it happened. I think it was probably over a month ago, because I was in the habit of posting up inconvenient tweets that he's put out. Because he likes to have a reasoned debate over things like trans issues by dressing in a bikini. For some reason, I think he doesn't like people reposting this because, yes, mate, you do. You do look like an idiot and you sound like an idiot. Unless, of course, it's to GB News pensioners, the groupies that you have. Yeah, and, the problem basically that Laurence has, of course, is a class-based one, because he's a posh kid from a posh family, posh acting family, and went to a posh school. He just sees everything in relationship to him. Yeah? So, for example, if you accuse him of racism, yeah, it can't be true. It can't be true because, people have criticised his appearance. Because it's the same thing. Loza, isn't it? Or not, as the case may be. Yes, and, he will threaten to sue people. Just a couple of weeks ago, there was a young man that suggested that Laurence Fox was a racist, and basically had to retract that because Loza was going to take him to court. I would love to see somebody take Loza to court. Can't be me, because the press would slaughter me in terms of my background. But one of these days it'll be nice to see, because he has had to pay out in the past, hasn't he? Yeah. Anyway, there you have it. Don't be a member of the woke left, because they don't deal with reality, and they're a bit mean. They're a bit mean on an individual level when they should know their place. And it's a perfect day for knowing your place. Hope you swear that oath.